welcome to Real Makeup for Real Women, and I'm Darlene. Today I want to show you in 2 different tutorials a good basic flawless face. The flawless face is your canvas that you start on before you go to color. So I'm going to take the first few minutes to teach you how to do that. Now I've just washed my face and I put a basic moisturizer for day with an SPF. I really recommend you always put an SPF on no matter where you live, no matter what time of year it is, because the UVA and UVB rays penetrate through clouds. So it's really important for anti-aging and preventative skin cancer, all that stuff. I also put it all the way down my neck to my décolleté. That area gets a lot of sun and we forget about that. Now I'm going to start with a primer. And I have a primer in my line, natural-radiance.com, that has an SPF 20. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brush, and I'll do a tutorial with brushes later. I did get this brush from coastalscents.com, and I'm sure if you watch any tutorials you've seen some information about that. And I like the way this feels, and I like the way it spreads my product nice and evenly over the face. A primer is really important because it fills in lines and wrinkles, and almost like spackle, also fills in pores. So I'm putting it all over my face. I've already done my eyes with my eyeshadow primer, so I've put that on already. And next, today I'm going to use a light foundation from my line that is a mineral makeup, and I am just going to stipple it on with the same brush and buff it in. I think you're going to find it's going to come on nice and smooth. And you can take it all the way up to the hairline and just under, not quite under the eyes, because we're going to do a little something there, which is another trick that I use for anti-aging, a brightener. I really like the way a brightener works versus a concealer, and just kind of feather it down so there's no lines of demarcation. The idea here is to give yourself a nice, even canvas for color. I even switched hands there. Okay, so you can see I've got a nice medium coverage going on. You always put all your cream products on first, then your powders. It just works better and it makes sense because then the powders can set the creams. Now I'm going to use, the clicking you hear is the pen of the brightener that I'm putting on today. And I have this in my line also. And you can see it's light, it reflects light, and if you use it in all these places, I'll leave the marks so you can see, it will draw attention of the light in those areas. So not a big course on highlighting and contouring at the moment, but just to give you an idea of where to quickly use this if you have some extra on the pen after you click it. I'm using it to straighten my nose. Not that my nose is crooked, but you get the idea. And let it dry just ever so slightly. And work it in gently. And this is a really thick one today. So it's giving me a lot of brightness. And I'm just going to pat that down a little more. Take it across your eye if you have extra. It definitely can't hurt. And then also on any red marks, red spots, nose to mouth lines, they call those marionette lines, any red acne. So it is your concealer, but it's also your brightener. Okay, so then there you can see we're starting to get a nice even look to the skin tone. Nice even canvas. Now I'd like to finish this with some powder. A light translucent powder is great if you have a loose powder that you like. I also carry pressed mineral powders, and I'm going to be using one of those right now. And I'm using a slightly deeper shade because it's summertime. And a big fluffy brush. Anyone will do. We don't discriminate against brushes. I actually have brushes in my line available also. And all you have to do is go to my website, natural-radiance.com, and email me, and I'd be happy to help you personalize an order of what you might need, what colors and products would work for you. Okay, you can see the nice even look to the skin that I have right now. And that is a flawless face. All minus the little hairs that fall from the brushes occasionally, so you want to get those off. The next step that we're going to go to is color. It looks like I have some time, so I'm going to actually start with a little bit of cheek color and maybe do a little highlight and contour for you. I'm going to take a pressed mineral blush that I have in a neutral color, and I'm going to take it just in the area from this point of my eye back and not lower than the tip of my nose. And I'm just kind of buffing it and building the color. It's a really soft neutral color, so it works really good. Goes with everything, so if you don't know what you're wearing, it's good to start with more of a neutral blush. And you can always pop more color on with a little bit on the cheek, right on the apple of your cheek, if you want a little more color later. And I'll add that later. But I always take this type of a blush and kind of use it to give me a little bit of contour around the hairline, around the temples. And then another trick is to take it along the jawline, to soften that line and any little double chin that you might have. It gives a stronger jawline too, so that looks really pretty. So I like that. Okay, so there you have the blush. And I think what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of a kind of glowing bronzer. I'm going to put a little of that since it's summertime. And just where the sun would hit the cheeks, kind of across the nose, and kind of give me a little bit of a sun-kissed look. And there you have, step back from the fishbowl, Darlene. There you have a base makeup ready for color, eye color and lipstick. So right there I'm going to stop for this video, and we're going to take a few minutes and do the next video and get some details on the eyes and the lips. So come on back and I'll see you soon.